Speak again, Corey.
Hello, hello, hello. Crypto One is the best product in Cavera.
We were telling everybody it was Crypto Coach now.
Hey, I like that even better.
Okay, so Corey, we've got a select group of people who have traveled, some have traveled hundreds, some have traveled thousands of miles to hear from you today. So guys, you all know who I'm speaking to. Corey Chadwick is Crypto Corey. He's our crypto coach. He's given us all of our feeds for Crypto One, and he is the go-to guy in the crypto space as far as we're concerned. Corey, leave it to you. Have a word with everybody and tell everyone what's new, what's happening.
Well, I appreciate that introduction, and I appreciate everyone, for taking the time to travel, to this meeting and to, really just take cryptocurrency in Cavera seriously. It's been an amazing run over the last 9-10 months trading for the company. The results have been very consistent, which has been what's most important to me, for you guys to be able to build this business. We're over 1,800% now against Bitcoin, which again is, turning 1 Bitcoin into 18 Bitcoin. And so, as we take these trades and we make more Bitcoin, well, as y'all probably seen, Bitcoin had a pretty good jump, from 3,500 to about 4,200 or something like that. It's back down under 4,000, but that was a very key resistance to break that price point. 4,000, 5,000, 6,000. These are all going to be psychological resistance as we start to make our way back up to 19,500. The last 3 trades that I'd put out, BTS, Neo, and Coronado, literally we're all up, 20% as of yesterday, within a few weeks, from the buy zone. And so I just want y'all to know I'm becoming more and more confident, even with my own self, with these trades, the way that I've seen it from week to week. I've been doing these market reviews for Crypto Coach. So for y'all who don't know, Crypto Coach is the new product that's been released. It's more than just telling someone to, buy here and sell here, which is great to be able to have that kind of, not passiveness, but to be able to y'all work on your team building, to live your life, and to just get the alert. But, I'm big on education. I got a finance degree from Oklahoma State. I went that route traditionally before coming in the entrepreneurial space. And, it's really worked out for me a lot. I kind of joke around that I don't use my degree because I don't have a job, but that's just not the case. I definitely use my degree and my education on a daily basis. And I think it's important. I can't even imagine, really being where I'm at or living my life with just the high school education. Those extra 4 years I had in college, as a more adult, where I took it more seriously. It really is amazing what I picked up. And so really trying to just share that with you guys and teach y'all a skill. It's one thing to make residual on a compensation plan. But unfortunately, sometimes companies come and go. I've been in the network marketing space for 5 years. And in that 5 years, I was unfortunately with about 5 or 6 companies. Every one of them, I built a big team. I made over a 6-figure residual. My last company, for y'all that don't know, I built a team of 2.8 million active people. It was actually 3.2 million altogether, but actually 2.8 active million. When it went down, when the CEO president got greedy and decided to just walk away and close the doors, and actually walked away with like $1 billion in Bitcoin, believe it or not. So that was a hard pill to swallow, as y'all can probably imagine. I'm sure a lot of y'all have been in that kind of position before. And the last thing you want is to have your check taken away, right? But if you can make good money and you can leverage that money on the market, that's really what I did back in 16, 17 to make it to where when Cavera came about, or at the time Wealth Generators, when that company went down, I was not in a need to make a rush decision because I needed money to pay my bills, right? I was finally in a position where I had leveraged my residual income so strongly that I could literally never even go to another MLM again, and I would have been fine. But I chose wealth generators, Convera at the time, because I had a really big Asia team and I wanted a home for them. They wanted to keep building, right? And so, that was part of that transition. But it's so much easier to make the transition when you're not being rushed, right? You can choose the right company. You can wait for the right opportunity to come about. And, for me, that was WG, now Convera. So let's just talk a little bit more about crypto, Coach, because, again, I've been very happy with the results that my students are having in a very short amount of time. I'm able to do things for this smaller group that I cannot do for, 15, 20,000 people that are in Convera right now. As far as coin market cap goes and liquidity, I need to have a larger coin be put out through Crypto One for everyone to be able to take position in the coin, as well as be able to sell and take profit. If y'all make, 5, 10 grand profit, right? Or British pounds, I guess I would say, instead of dollars, you want to be able to actually sell that coin for that price to recognize or realize those profits. And if there's not enough liquidity, by the time a couple people in Convera get done selling, it's already going to be right back down to that buy zone. Big red candlesticks, big dumps, just because there's not enough order books in the buys to get everyone out of it. And so that's a good example for Verticoin, that I only had put out to the Crypto Coach group, but not Crypto One. It's 144 on the market cap versus, I really like to kind of stay within that top 60, 70 coins when I'm putting them out to Crypto One. But Verticoin, for example, less than a week, in one day, it was up like 150% total against Bitcoin. And we were able to have, the students made over 100% on that by the time they took profit. And so, to be able to make 100% on a coin in a week, right? To be able to turn 1 Bitcoin into 2 Bitcoin in a week, I value Bitcoin at $20,000. I would never, ever sell one of my Bitcoins at $3,500, $4,000. So to me, with it being at that price, it doesn't really matter to me, right? So again, if we can just stack up the Bitcoin, accumulate more Bitcoin right now, as this market cap gets the USD British pound, back up to $800 billion, and hopefully we go past that into the $1 trillion market cap, we're going to have a lot of people make $1 million. I mean, think about this. You only need 50 Bitcoin when it goes to $20,000 to make $1 million. And, when I was coming up in this space, got in around $600 a Bitcoin, I mean, I knew a lot of people that had 50 Bitcoin. The problem is that when it actually got to 20K, they either had sold their Bitcoin early or they had traded it into an altcoin where they might have been up on the dollar or British pound, but they had lost Bitcoin. And so, as y'all know, when you trade the alternative coin market, yes, you have the potential to make more Bitcoin, but you're also putting your Bitcoin at risk to lose it if the altcoin performs lower, does not perform as well in that time frame as Bitcoin. And so it's a very volatile market. You have to be spot on with your entries. And if you do not take profit when the profit's there, you could get caught holding the bag on one of these coins for a long time and not be back in Bitcoin when you want to be to take that profit against the British pound. So I got a lot of experience now in this space. It's been 2 years plus. Been able to see the bull run as it's gone up, the bear run as it's gone down, and really, know how to work both sides of the coin. So again, this is what I'm teaching in Crypto Coach. There's a lot of indicators that I trade off of. This is kind of an indicator is an analysis tool, right, to do the analytics on TradingView, helping people set up their charts to where they can see what I see and be able to do what I'm doing and know what I'm going to put out as far as an entry or a take profit before I even do it. Again, this is real education, a real skill that you're going to have the rest of your life. Growing up, I had a lot of friends' parents that, traded stocks and equities and options, and, they were just stay-at-home dads and stuff. And, that was My dad always had to go around, travel for work, and was more in IT type of sales, and always wished that he knew how to leverage the dollar a bit better than leveraging his time. And so it's been 3,500 US dollars the last 2 months. I pre-launched this thing out in January 6th in Paris, France, and then we launched it to all the countries at the Platinum event on January 22nd. And I've had a lot of people come in at that price point, and I've been saying kind of since the beginning that it's going to be going to 5,500 pretty soon. So as of March 1st, this price will be increasing to 5,500 US dollars. And if y'all didn't know, the price point on this is actually $10,500. Remember, this is a whole year, 12 months of pretty much being able to ask me questions 24/7, as well as I'm doing a market review live once a week on Thursday at 4 p.m. Central Time. And so it's really been amazing for these students to be able to hop on this market review and see me talk about a coin on these charts and then say it's going to do something probably by next week. And then you fast forward to the next market review, and I'm showing people how it literally did exactly what I said. And so, sometimes I even surprise myself. If I didn't know better, I would think that, Crypto Corey sees the future when it comes to these coins. But it's just literally because it's that I know these charts so well. I've been looking at them every single day for the last 2 years. And the example I always use is that it's like seeing a movie that you've already seen before. You're watching it again, so you know how it ends. And so what I want is for you all to be able to see those charts the same way, to be comfortable when looking at these candlesticks and these different time frames and these different indicators, and it just be second nature. So that being said, the whole point of the $3,500 was for people to be able to save $7,000 on the front end and have more money to trade with, to where I could really create some serious testimonials. You have to have money to trade with, right? I do say it first here. I do not want anybody going broke trying to pay the consulting fee for this product and not have any money to trade with, okay? This is all about percentage gains. And so, taking $1,000 to 10,000 is the same as taking 10,000 to 100 grand. You know what I'm saying? It's just how much money did you have to play with, and were you being not all in, but were you taking risk, right? If you had more money in your bank account, but you were being conservative and you could have put it in, but you didn't. That's also what Crypto Coach is about. It's about to give you guys the confidence to really go as much in as you possibly can and not have that hindsight 2020 when Bitcoin's back at 20 grand. Oh, I wish I would have put more in when it was under $4,000. We're not going to see these price points very much longer. It went from 3,500 up to about 4,000, was seeing resistance. And then just a day or two later, it broke it and was over, $4,100. So that's what's going to happen. We're going to get a couple more times at this price point, testing the resistance and getting sold down. And then these price points are going to be a thing of the past. And the same thing with 20,000. As we see that resistance there, hopefully we continue on past it. We make a new all-time high. We go to these price points, 30, 40, 50 grand that a lot of people are talking about. And so that's really big money, it going to 50,000. It's a lot of money coming into the market cap, but it's definitely going to happen. The fundamentals behind cryptocurrency, they're stronger and stronger every day. We're having more and more adoption. I've kind of been saying it the last 2 months when people are asking me, Corey, when's the bull run going to start again? I knew that back at $600, China had a big play in that catalyst of it going up. Well, they sold out in January 18. They never came back in. I've been saying it for literally months now that I believe that as soon as Chinese New Year was over, that money was going to start entering the market again. And so we actually finished up with Chinese New Year, about mid-February. Sure enough, ever since then, we've had this bump on, Bitcoin. And when Bitcoin's going up and not going too crazy is when the other alternative coins make their move against Bitcoin. So now is the time to be trading the altcoins, it's only going to be for a few months that this market of altcoins is profitable, because when Bitcoin starts to really make the move, people sell out of altcoins, they get back in Bitcoin to ride that. So we want to take advantage now as we can to accumulate as much Bitcoin as we can. And then at that point, I'm going to be talking a little bit more about Bitcoin versus the dollar versus altcoins versus Bitcoin. And so, again, this is going to be key information because crypto's going to be around the next 5-10 years plus, right? I mean, obviously it's going to be the future, but I mean, it's not going anywhere is my point. But we're going to see a lot of volatility and a lot of market cycles from now till then, from Bitcoin going from 4,000 to probably hundreds of thousands of dollars a coin. But it's not just going to do that in one run. You know what I mean? People are going to be, oh, it's going to the moon, it's going to go, this and that. They're going to say all these different price points. It's not going to happen, right? And whenever people start talking about price points, I always like cut it in half, and that's usually where it goes before retracing. So with that being said, you know, you got about a week to get in on Crypto Coach. Save yourself not only 7,000 but another 2,000 right off the top. And you know, the students that are coming in, they are making their money back, the 3,500, very quickly. You know, as you can imagine, you're gonna be able to make 3,500 back quicker than you can make 5,500 back, right? And so the whole point is to get y'all in this thing, to get y'all part of the program, and to get y'all in green as soon as possible, to where you're not thinking about the consulting fee anymore. You're just thinking about the gains that you've had and how it was so well worth the money. You know, there's a guy named Samba. I'm sure y'all have heard of him out in France. He was one of the guys that started a little bit earlier on. He started with 9,000 US dollars, about 2 Bitcoin. He literally just showed me his account this morning because he was so excited. He was at $119,000 in 29 Bitcoin in about 2 months. So remember, he started with 2 Bitcoin. He's at 29 Bitcoin. We just talked about that you only need 50 Bitcoin to have $1 million, right? As Bitcoin gets that price point back, Osama's going to be a millionaire from this program and from crypto. And I can say that with so much integrity and without even worrying about compliance, because it's a fact. It's true, right? And that's why I wanted these testimonials, because of the compliance stuff with Convera. We have to be very careful what we say, that we don't hype things. Y'all know I'm not a hype guy. I'll leave that to the marketers. I'm an analytical guy. I'm a numbers guy. And I'm just seeing people really have serious results. You know, I think it's okay. I Colin put in there, but you know, Colin McGrady is a young guy, you know, about my age, out of Ireland. He was at the event when we were there, you know, a few weeks ago. I guess it's been like 2-3 weeks since I was out there. But anyways, within less than a week, you know, he was in this thing. He took that Verticoin trade. He made 900 British pounds, you know, over $1,000. And it was the first trade he took. He didn't even have to wait a week, you know. And so the testimonials are stacking up. Everyone's having success with this thing. And this is probably the realest product that Convera has ever had, because Convera is an education company, and there's not a lot of education on their other products. You know, let's be real. This product will teach you more things that you've ever learned in the financial markets. I mean, you're going to learn more in this than I learned in my 4 years of getting my finance degree. I'll tell you that much as well. And it's actually going to monetize into real money. You know what I mean? A lot of people have the education. They have that 4-year degree. They might have done finance stuff, but they're working a job making $40,000, $50,000 a year. You know what I mean? They're not making millions of dollars on that information and the education that they could if they knew how to execute and they had more money to play with. You know, a lot of people get into that kind of rat race. You know, they're working hard, they're working for the money, but they just never have any disposable income or money to invest. And that's why they're always stuck in that same spot. But with the percentage gains that is available in cryptocurrency compared to Forex or compared to the traditional stock market, you don't need hundreds of thousands of dollars, you know, to invest to make real money. I mean, you really can go a long way with a few $1,000s. So if you only have a couple $100, Crypto One is the product you need to start out with. You need to start taking these trades. If you're not on Crypto One and you're on FX One, you need to get an all-in package, or you just need to switch your product from FX to crypto. I'm just telling you right now, it will be the best move you've ever done. And the consistency that I've had in this product, it's way different than the Forex, right? I am the only trader on Crypto One. We had another guy trading before for about a month. He was the guy from equities. He just did not understand what he was doing with these entries and the volatility. And after him stopping out on 2 trades and putting out coins that I would never put out, I eventually got the company to take him off and put him back on equities. So the reason for that is because I can control the product better, right? I can control the results. I can control the consistency. You know, in FX One, you got multiple Forex traders, right? You might have one person who's on his game, the other person's off, and then you don't know whose trade is which, right? You don't know, am I taking the trade from the person who's on or am I taking a trade from someone who's off, right? And so that kind of hesitation can cost you money, right? Not only could you not take a trade that you should have, but then you took a trade that you shouldn't have and you put more money in it or a higher risk leverage because you missed out on the other one. So you have that opportunity loss and you shouldn't have done that one. So my point is that you can be confident in every trade and every entry that I put out because they all fulfill their analysis. They all are hitting take profit. I have not put out a single loss in 9 months, right? That's the kind of consistency that you guys need to build an organization off of, right? And so it's important to also have people go back to the trade alerts and see which coins are still open. You know, I'm not going to just be putting out 50 coins to buy into, right? I know what coins are in. I know what coins are open. And I need to only have a handful out, right? So you all as builders, just because there's not a trade alert that goes out every single week, as you're bringing in new people, you need to get them into the results and show them what's still open. Because if the trade is still in the entry zone or right above it, it's still a good trade to take. And so, you know, you all as leaders need to be on top of that, of making sure when you onboard a person that they're in one of these coins. And so, you know, that's more on Crypto One. And, you know, again, on Crypto Coach, I want to really just emphasize that when this price point gets to $10,500, probably it's going to be a couple months of $5,500, probably going to be closer to the summer, or also as Bitcoin gets closer to $10,000. So kind of wanted to give you guys that foreshadowing of how I'm looking to increase this price. But this is a $10,000 product, right? I mean, I have made several millions of dollars in this space. And if you ever go to like a Tony Robbins or any of those kind of things, right, where they've made those kind of achievements and success, you know, that's the kind of price point there is, right? And so I do believe that this thing could even be worth 20, 30 grand. Not saying that it's ever going to go that high, but that's the value that I would put on this because of how much money people are making on this. You know what I mean? It's an investment in yourself. It's a good investment, and you'll be happy that you did it. So that's really all I got, you know, as far as Crypto One results go, as far as Crypto Coach, the testimonials, the education side of that. So again, if y'all got any questions, you know, I'm here to ask, you know, or answer any questions that might be had. And I'm just excited to get back out to the UK. You know, it's going to be in April, and just to help you guys keep building this thing out and give you all the fuel for the fire.
Okay, any questions, anybody?
Any questions? No, we're all good.
No, they're shy, Corey.
Okay, no, good. Well, so again, if y'all are interested in Crypto Coach, you know, get back with the person who brought you to the event. You know, get with Simon Brooks, and we'll get you set up and get you making moves.
Fantastic. Corey, we're going to look forward to seeing you on the 28th of April. Everybody's buying the tickets already. We'll see you then, but thank you for this, and we'll look forward to hearing you next Tuesday, but the Tuesday afterwards.
Oh, yeah. Well, that being said, also, one last thing. So, you know, I am doing this Crypto One webinar, right? I did it this past, you know, week, and we're going to continue to do that every other week. So definitely get on with your prospects on that. It's going to be a good basic webinar for y'all to be able to get on, take these trades, and get some consistency on those calls. So, again, I appreciate everybody. Hope y'all have a great day, great night, and we'll talk soon.
Thanks for that, Corey. Speak to you soon. Bye.